Hello, and we're going to start talking about how to find the equation of a line. I'm going to turn a grid on and graph a very basic line here. And if I kind of plop this line down, I realize that I now have a little bit of a challenge. Actually, let's make this a little bit more clear as to where this crosses. There we go. If I'm going to try to figure out what the equation of this line is, I need to look at a few things. First of all, the question is, what form do I want the equation of a line in? That's going to matter because there's lots of forms. If I have any line or any equation, I can move stuff around. I don't just have to have this. I could move this over here. I could multiply both sides by numbers. I could do lots of stuff. So in the what form, we're going to talk about three major forms of a three major forms of a line, but only two of them are going to be forms I'm ever going to ask for. One of the forms that I'm going to ask for would be Slope-Intercept Form, which we have already talked about. Slope-Intercept Form is the form that's set equal to y, and it looks like y is equal to mx plus b. Something times x plus another something. We have another form that we can call standard form. Standard form is the form that looks like this. Something times x plus something times y is equal to another something. And the last form, point slope form, is not going to be a form I'm ever going to ask you to put it in, so we'll kind of go there. The next step with it is, how do I get there? Well, that comes down to what's the bare minimum that I need to figure out what I need to graph. And the only two things we need to know to graph are I need a single point or a single ordered pair, and I need a slope. Sometimes I can get that if I have two ordered pairs, because from any two ordered pairs I can also calculate a slope. So that's what I need, and once we have that, we'll be able to get there. So let's look at this example right here. There's a couple of points that I can see that we have. I have this ordered pair, which is the ordered pair 3, 0. I have this ordered pair 2, 1, and that's plenty. I could look at those two and I could see, alright, I'm going to calculate a slope on that. Well, if I really zoom in, I can see that I'm going down 1, left 1, and that's a slope of negative 1 over 1, or negative 1. Furthermore, if I look kind of up more on this line, I see that right here I have a y-intercept of an ordered pair 0, 3. So if I put that together of slope is equal to 1 and y-intercept of 3, I can say that this is going to be y is equal to negative 1x, or negative x, plus 3. We're going to take a break, and now we're going to put some information down that you're going to put back on that lines and algebra cheat sheet that we were doing before. We'll do that in class, but for this purpose, what I'm going to do is pop over and talk about the three major forms of a line. Since we're putting on a cheat sheet, this is something that I want you not only to understand, but also to memorize. This you must know for this course and for everything that follows. I'm going to repeat, it is not acceptable to not know these things that we're going to talk about here. Number one is just going to be slope-intercept form. It is the form of a line you get when the line is set equal to y. So y is equal to slope times an x value plus the y-intercept, where m is equal to the slope, and the ordered pair 0b is the y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. That's slope-intercept form. Really not much more to say about that. You can start with that form if you're given the slope and the y-intercept, but tricky thing, you can't really start with that form if you're not. Okay, the next form we're going to talk about is point slope form. This, for a lot of people, is new. So I'm going to put down a little asterisk here. This is new. This is something to pay attention to. If I take point-slope form, there's a few things that I want you to know about this. First is this idea that given any point and a slope, I can draw the line. We know that. Since you can draw the line, you should also be able to come up with the equation. So given any point in a slope, not only can I draw the line, I can also get the equation of the line. How do I do that? Well, I'm going to take this idea of the definition of slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, but instead of y2, I'm just going to call it y minus y1 over x minus x1. And I'm going to say that where this is any point, and this is the slope. Okay? My x1, y1 right here is any point, any ordered pair on that graph.